name.
Yeah. Okay, Kyle, we're ready to start?
Way. Very cool.
For those who saw
Very
the sheets, yes? This is, I think, the only source that I put up for Way of the Teacher.
Right. I don't know.
Okay. Now, who was supposed to be here? Let's first think about that. Laura, 1 second.
Okay. I'm down at the bottom.
The baby? Nurse? Wash your hands. Okay. So
that's this.
So this class meets once a week on Sunday at this time. Hopefully, you want coffee in the kitchen. So it's okay. So move back. Okay, now. Okay, so the Way of the Teacher is a seminar style discussion about different issues. Meredith comes to the table so we can have everybody's coming back. We'd love to be everyone together. Okay, now. With a smaller class like this, where it's really necessary for everybody, it's not like Spirit of the Law. We have people who are going to be coming in the last class, coming in and leaving, and they only take that one course. For the most part, the women who are going to be taking this class are here for the year, right? And they are all women who, in some way or another, are interested in education, or going into education, or coming in. Now. The reason why I set up this class and the way I set it up is because there are a whole, I mean, we had pedagogia classes, like when I was in seminar, so we had, our 2 years of pedagogia with Rebbetzin Sorotskin and with Rebbetzin Fried, and they were wonderful, wonderful educators, and we learned a great deal. But in terms of the kinds of teaching that I've been doing over the last 25 there's a lot that I only learned as I did it. And so I always feel like if I have the opportunity to make things easier for people and to sort of shorten the learning curve a little bit, or just like it's a lot of self-work, but mainly this is focused on chinuch, the kinds of potential issues that come up in chinuch, yeah? Especially, I'm talking here not about teaching grade school, but about working with women from the age of Satan that's going to be discussed, and that's why in classes I will be bringing some peace, but for young women who came from religious families and who went off, and so it was a program for girls at risk in Israel. It was called Sophia. If anybody knows about Sophia,
Sophia.
Beit Shemesh. Now there's a lot of they were the first ones. She really understood the cohort very well, and she felt that nothing was real. Rivka Peshia, Sophia existed before, and it was the first program like that. But so when I get in touch with my friend Basi and I say, Basi, you're going to come in and do so much hashara and haskala. She's done so many courses and so much work, and she's like, I could teach you about this, I could teach you about that. I'm like, no, you're going to come in and talk about all of the things that were almost blow up failure, where the potential pitfalls are. Oh, yeah, that I could tell. A record for me to know who actually came in. The filming's online. That's the issue.
I have to just
look at the ones who are all across the board, Jay. Yeah, I know. I did this already many times. You have almost enough. The only problem is not everybody is keeping a full-time schedule after Ellie. Okay, let's go on. Hadassah has a childcare issue. Bring more students, full-time students, and then we'll solve Hadassah's childcare issue. Okay.
Childcare.
Okay. Now, so let's think about chinuch. First of all, I want to go around the table and just get an idea of everyone should introduce themselves. A minute, explanation or an understanding for everybody else. What is your? But for those who are planning to be here at Dolchevsky, and I went into chinuch. I was going to go into medicine. I was an environmental studies major when I was in college, and I had a lot of interests, and I was into a lot of different things, and spiritual calling. But at the age of 19 or so, I realized my spiritual calling, and the spiritual calling. But at the age of 19 or so, I realized my spiritual calling, and I realized that I was going to have to be an educator, and it wasn't something I felt I had a choice about. Because calling, and I realized that I was going to have to be an educator, and it wasn't something I felt I had a choice about, because I was in the middle of my university study, and achieve some degree of, you never master, Torah you don't master, but like to under the tree, that's my place under the tree where that feed to be able to contribute maximally. And I realized that if I was going to have to find that place, I had to devote myself. I couldn't do it part time. It wasn't something that would work. And so I went and devoted all of my energies from that point on, from age of 19 or so, only towards acquiring the skill point to Israel. I got enough, hope, almost nearly enough um, under in Judaic studies left as I was sending all my credit. And then between my began to teach, even though it was very, very unusual. I don't know if it was actually ever done at all. And maybe later afterwards they had somebody, but now they, and maybe later afterwards they had somebody, but now they have, but at the time not at all. And anyway, soon I got married. So I had a tichalan, and that gives you all of a sudden you become legit. So that was okay. It only took 3 months, and to get the MRS degree, they used to call it. A group of students that were going through the groove of whatever it is that you're teaching, and then you'll stay in the same groove for however many years. It's actually hard to be with Chadesh in the groove. Because I was working with adults, we'll drop out. Rabbi Rosenberg started Machon Shlomo, father Rosenberg. He also found his path. He found his niche. He also found his path. He found his niche. He used to say he became a very big expert in Parshanut Tanakh. This is something that was his big field of expertise and passion. And just because a person starts later doesn't mean that you can't be an excellent, fantastic, wonderful teacher. I was like, you need a list? Okay, so the list happens.
And I like classes I go to, and I want to continuously fill it with like learning, and I just like I feel like I'm constantly overflowing with things to give to other people, and I need to fill in the hole. I felt like asking questions to big educators and ask them like, is it really a thing that to ask questions in school? And they said absolutely not. Like an authentic Yiddishkeit welcomes questions. And I said, so they said it must be that like teachers are either intimidated or I don't know what. And I said, okay, fine. So like what can I do to help with that? Like I want to go back into the system and or go into any system and or go into any setting at all. I really don't care where. It's just that like I went to these schools that feeling of like a special. I want to give them. I want to give them like a three-dimensional like deep love for Yiddishkeit and being close to such and using every aspect.
Door was it disturbed? Was the noise and it was disturbing? Good. No. Okay. Hi, I'm Marie. How I relate to education. I teach yoga and I do art and wine. I do photography, graphic design, storytelling, and the way I be interested in utilizing for study. My education for my own soul and growth.
would we have the conversation in the future in a more informed way, like through our so that's true. So that's my
Soon is this idea of like there's not one pathway of being an educator. There's many ways of being an educator. There's many ways of being an educator. And I went once to they invited me to come an open session of the fine arts program that they opened in, Sala opened the fine arts and architecture division for Rainy Women. This was the covers. These 20-some women would run and sell them and whatever. It's all this kind of market. So, so I took it was so fascinating to take a piece of tour. I wanted actually a copy of what the Parsha Shema looks like on the cloth, and spoke about the idea of certain kinds of very deep ideas. And then what was fascinating was see immediately seeing into Judaism, and that's their field. They're like